This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Well, if you caught the first few innings of last night's baseball game, that was about all the action you had to see last night, it turned out.
I know it. I totally appreciate that.
Very handy for us with early curfews.
That's right. 5 to 1 early on, we could go to bed and start the day out right.
Yes.
So good morning. I'm Stephanie Roberts. Good to have Ray Collins back today.
Yes. Hobbled in here. Let's go to John Scalzi now with details of a beautiful forecast, John.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And by the way, congratulations, Stephanie. You got your wish. Well, Houston came in, and, you know, that was kind of nice with the hurricane and everything that they got that little bit of a bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. We have across our region today very quiet, mild conditions with daytime highs about normal for this time of year, coming in the low 80s. Nothing in the way of a rain chance for you again today. Only a few fair weather clouds maybe drifting in from the other coast. We're looking at quiet conditions across the entire peninsula, actually. And Ray, you mentioned that you thought it was a little warmer, and indeed it is. 24-hour temperature change shows 3 degrees warmer at this hour than it was 24 hours ago at this hour in Sarasota and in Bradenton, with temperatures coming in at 59, Bradenton 60, Sarasota 65, in Inglewood, Longboat Key at 67, Mayaca, Wauchula, Arcadia, just about the same, maybe a degree cooler. Daytime highs today will top out seasonably mild, coming in the low 80s, and no rain in today's forecast. The complete forecast for the weekend as well, coming up in just a few. Back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. Some buildup there on State Road 70 as you get around 301. Also 14th Street West, northbound around Bayshore Gardens. Farther south now you'll see the Bayfront showing some action there, northbound around Ringling and Maine, also 41 southbound around Bay Vista. Let's check South County maps now and see that is all clear at 6:02 on your Thursday morning.
Our top story at this hour, a shooting at a Walmart in Thornton, Colorado has left 3 people dead overnight.
Police said the shooter walked into the store and opened fire on a group of people near the cash registers. No arrests have been made. The suspect is still on the loose this morning. Detectives are now reviewing security footage and interviewing witnesses to get a better description of the killer. Now to that deadly attack in New York City earlier this week. President Trump is making a bold statement about the suspect accused of carrying out that crime. ABC's
Janae Norman has the latest from Washington on what he said in response to the first ISIS-related terror attack in his presidency.
Overnight, the president calling for the death penalty, tweeting NYC terrorist was happy as he asked to hang ISIS flag in his hospital room, adding should get death penalty.
We got multiple casualties. This is a mass casualty situation here.
President Trump has continued to voice strong opinions in the wake of the deadly truck attack in New York City. Police say Sayfullo Saipov drove a large Home Depot truck swerving into a bike lane, mowing down pedestrians for nearly 20 blocks, almost a full mile, leaving 8 dead.
We'll have to come up with punishment that's far quicker and far greater than the punishment these animals are getting right now. Because what we have right now is a joke, and it's a laughing stock.
President Trump taking a tough stance on the man being labeled a terrorist, a stark contrast to the shooting in Las Vegas 30 days earlier, when for days the White House said it was inappropriate to talk about politics or policy. But the president hasn't stopped the political tweets since they started within hours of the New York attack, taking aim at the diversity lottery program that allowed the suspect into the U.S. 7 years ago.
Diversity lottery sounds nice. It's not nice. It's not good. So we want to immediately work with Congress on the diversity lottery program, on terminating it, getting rid of it.
Despite the president calling that a Democrat lottery system, that diversity visa program was signed into law by Republican President George H.W. Bush. It provides about 50,000 visas out of millions of applicants every year, and everyone accepted gets a background check. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
And the suspect in that deadly attack is a Florida resident with ties to Fort Myers and more recently Tampa. Authorities say the suspect had a Florida driver's license on him when he was arrested. Just after the deadly attack, the suspect reportedly yelled Allah Akbar, which means God is great. The Islamic community on the Suncoast is appalled by his actions.
This has been the struggle of the religious way of life since forever. There's an effort of people who want to live a sincere spiritual lifestyle and those who want just to climb a power structure. And so it is very frustrating, but at the same time, it's an opportunity for people to come and know one another. And so there is an opportunity for communities to build stronger ties in relations with each other.
Aaron Moffett says everyone is invited to come visit the mosque in Sarasota off Lockwood Ridge Road, where they are happy to answer any questions you may have about the religion or their community as a whole.
The CIA has released thousands of files from the 2011 raid on Osama bin Laden. The latest document dump is in addition to the public collection dubbed Bin Laden's bookshelf. Among the files this time, Bin Laden's personal journal. A 2014 appropriations bill requires the Director of National Intelligence to make files available to the public.
An update on a story we first told you about yesterday right here on Good Morning Suncoast. A Riverview High School student is facing felony charges after allegedly making a threat on Snapchat. Investigators say the student posted a photo of what appeared to be a gun with the quote, "School gonna be lit tomorrow." Deputies responded to the student's home and determined the weapon was only an airsoft gun. The student was charged and later released to the Department of Juvenile Justice yesterday.
Developing overnight, Sarasota police investigate an accident on Bee Ridge Road at US 41. A viewer sent us this video of the scene. Police say the crash involved a motorcycle and another vehicle. Police also say there were injuries in this accident. However, they are not releasing what happened exactly or the extent of injuries. We'll have more on the story throughout the day right here on ABC 7.
Around Florida, Miami Beach Mayor Philip Levine has announced he will run for Florida governor in 2018. Levine made his announcement in front of a cheering crowd where he touted his time as mayor. He also said he wants to fight issues like climate change, something he attacked during the current state government for ignoring.
It's time to address climate change by changing Tallahassee's climate of denial.
Levine will run as a Democrat and be backed by his personal wealth of nearly $100 million. Plus, Florida's highest court is trying to determine whether it needs to step in to avoid what some are calling a possible constitutional crisis. The state's Supreme Court held a hearing yesterday where an attorney for Governor Scott squared off against an attorney representing the League of Women Voters of Florida. Age limits will force 3 Supreme Court justices to retire the day Scott leaves office in 2019. Scott has said he plans to name their replacements that morning. John Mills, an attorney for the league, said justices need to act now so they won't have to, quote, jump over the cliff that's coming. But Scott's general counsel argued the court cannot act on something that hasn't happened yet.
Although it's not quite as chilly today as it was earlier in the week, this is the time of year to start watching out for migrating manatees. Florida is home to more than 6,000 manatees, and this month the sea cows start to migrate to warmer waters. Many seasonal manatee protection zones go into effect mid-month, and boaters should be extra careful because some signs may have been damaged by Hurricane Irma. If you see a damaged sign in the water, you are asked to report it to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission immediately.
All Sarasota County tax collector offices will now issue new, more secure Florida driver's licenses and IDs. The Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles has redesigned the licenses to include almost double the number of fraud protection measures. Security features include redundant data, ultraviolet ink, and optically variable features.
Here on the Suncoast, Manatee County has already approved Carlos Peru's approval for Aqua by the Bay, but now they might get sued over it. Environmental groups are asking the application be sent back for a review based on incorrect information. The lawsuit has not yet been filed, but might be within the week. Environmentalist Andy Mele says one of the primary issues is the denial of due process to the general public.
You know, they have to advertise these hearings like 3 to 5 days in advance. They have to post them. And the posting for this hearing said explicitly there will be no public comment. So a lot of people stayed away.
I mean, I don't know how you can legally tell the public that there will be no public input and then all of a sudden have a little powwow and everybody agree that this is now what we're going to do.
The group originally requested a meeting with the county attorney to discuss the issues, but decided to turn to litigation instead.
The Manatee County School District will celebrate the first phase of construction on its brand new high school next week. North River High School will be the first new high school built in Manatee County in 12 years. A groundbreaking ceremony for the project will take place next Tuesday at the construction site. It's at the southeast corner of Martha Road and Erie Road. North River High is scheduled to open in August of 2019. It will accommodate up to 2,400 students with several special academic programs.
In sports, the Oakland Raiders are here on the Suncoast this week ahead of their upcoming game against the Dolphins this week, and they're practicing at the IMG Academy in Bradenton. After their loss to the Buffalo Bills last Sunday, the Raiders stayed here on the East Coast and didn't fly back to California. This is the second year in a row the team has traveled to IMG ahead of a game, stopping here for practice between games against the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buccaneers in 2016. The Raiders will face the Dolphins on Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. on NBC.
Here's a ground ball right side, could do it. The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
And a 55-year wait is finally over. The Astros won their first World Series last night. Houston went on the road to L.A. for Game 7 at Dodger Stadium, concluding one of the most thrilling fall classics in history. World Series MVP George Springer hit his 5th homer of the series and his 4th in as many games at the top of the 2nd inning, and the Astros never looked back, going on to win 5-1. Boy, those games go to seven games in a series. That's an exciting finish.
Absolutely, 2 years in a row. I got to tell you, in terms of the Astros, Rays fans can take heart in knowing that the Astros went through a massive rebuilding. This is the baseball dork in me. They lost more than 100 games for like the first 3 years of like 2011, 2012, 2013, and then there's a ring. So
it's awesome.
Hang in there, Rays fans. You know, rebuilding can lead to really good things.
And the Astros also played home games at the Trop during Hurricane
That's right.
Harvey.
So we've got a little World Series mojo at the Trop. I know we do.
Let's hope.
I like the speech in the clubhouse where they said, you know, this is for the citizens of Houston. This is for the city.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's going to be a parade tomorrow, and it's just wonderful.
They need something positive to grab onto.
It's like when the Saints won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
You know, it's great.
That's
Happy
right.
for them.
That's right.
We have some pleasant weather for you today. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Also, head first alert traffic, and Venice is in talks to get a new skydiving business just months after shutting down Skydive Venice.
We'll tell you how the municipal airport is trying to rewrite the rules when we come back.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Up a degree this hour. It's 60 degrees at the airport with the dew point value coming in at 57. Lots of clear sky out there. It'll be a nice sunny start to the day. And we are headed toward a very pleasant, mild afternoon with temperatures just about where they should be for this time of year. East wind comes in at about 3. We'll see that east wind throughout the day today, maybe shifting a little bit more to the north as we head into the later afternoon. 60 Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca at 59. So is Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch at 60, Northport at 61. We have 65 degrees in Inglewood, 64 in Venice, and 67 degrees at Longboat Key. Across the peninsula right now, it's all about this big ridge of high pressure, and that's providing us with very pleasant, mild conditions and dry air as well. To the north of us, there's a little dip in the jet stream that's producing a trough of low pressure and producing some rain showers that it will extend today all the way from the northern Gulf waters up through down east Maine, actually, with some transitioning to snow showers in the colder air north. Back to the west, getting a blast of winter there. Pacific Northwest could see as much as 2 feet of mountain snow accumulating over the course of the next day or two as a series of little low pressures ripple along that frontal boundary back to the west. So that's good news for them, I suppose, if they're interested in some early season skiing. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, producing that easterly wind today. As I mentioned, shifting a little bit more to the northeasterly. As far as any kind of moisture that could support rain showers for us, not happening. Still dry out there. A bit warmer though, and mostly sunny skies. If you take a look at the water vapor imagery, shows you the nice swirls and motions in the atmosphere. The tan is dry air, and it's all over the state of Florida. You also notice this little dip right here in the jet stream flow. That is what is going to maybe just shift our winds a little bit more northerly as we head into the later part of the afternoon and into the evening. For boaters, it's reflected in your winds as well, north at about 10 overnight tonight. But for the most part, you'll have an easterly flow, giving you 2-foot seas and a light chop. The rest of the week looks great. Daytime high temperatures about where they should be in the low 80s. And don't forget, clock's back on Sunday. Back to you.
Can't wait. All right, thank you very much, John. Taking a look at traffic. First alert traffic is quiet at 618. No big problems as you head up and down 301 or 41 through Bradenton. I-75 through Manatee County is moving well. Little volume there in Allenton, getting on and off the expressway. Things quiet in Sarasota, Bee Ridge, Clark Roads, Fruitville Roads, all looking just fine. And down into South County, it is smooth sailing on 41 through Osprey, Nokomis, and Venice, and no problems I-75 down to Northport. Skydiving at the Venice airport may once again be coming back after a new company is showing interest in relocating right here to the Suncoast.
A previous trial lasted just a few months down there, but as Chris Brantley tells us, the city now is rewriting some local rules.
2 weeks was their first off-airport landing. They had 3 off-airport landings.
Skydive Venice's fall from grace earlier this year sparked a debate over the rules and regulations at the airport.
We tried our best to make it work. We knew we were needed to make it work.
Airport Director Mark Servasio had to make it work because the airport receives federal funding. The FAA recognizes skydiving as a legitimate business and thus must be allowed.
I spent 3 years in the 82nd Airborne Division, so I know a little bit about parachuting.
Paul Holloway is the president of the Venice Aviation Society. He's not unfamiliar with the airport.
My first flight in here was about 27 years ago, and I've had a hangar on the airport for about 17 years.
Holloway and the society haven't taken a side on the issue, but they have been clear they want safety to be a top priority.
The previous operator had brought in a motorhome that didn't operate, gutted it, and that's what they were doing their pre-flight briefings in.
Servacio doesn't want a repeat of Skydive Venice, so he's writing new rules that would hold a new business to the same business standards local flight schools adhere to.
Whatever we would of any business coming out here, financial information, a business plan, how they're going to conduct their business.
There will also be stricter rules about landing zones, specifically the proximity to landing near oncoming and outgoing aircrafts.
If the skydiver adheres to those rules and they use common sense and good judgment, then hopefully it would not be a problem for both the airplanes and the skydivers.
In Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
It intrigues me. I want to do it. I get up there and I probably say, I can't jump out of this plane.
I think I could do it.
You could?
Yep, absolutely.
You want to, but your kids don't want you to?
Yeah, my family has vetoed this idea, but we'll see.
Yeah?
I may twist their arms.
All right, still ahead. A humble hero in New York City.
We'll tell you why one New York PD officer is being called a hero for his work in stopping the Manhattan terror suspect. Stay with us.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and co-insurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book and DVD. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. Call 1-855-395-9803. That's 1-855-395-9803 now.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork for free, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Don't let chronic lower back pain slow you down. Get moving and stay active with a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost. We also accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, and other insurance. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare? Find out for free.
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-715-0835. That's 1-800-715-0835, 1-800-715-0835.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Pretty shot of the downtown area over the Rosemary District as you awaken on this Thursday morning.
If you are driving west and you get going pretty quick here, you might get a hint at a gorgeous, huge yellow beaver moon, I'm told, right above the horizon. John Scalzi taught me that yesterday, but it was glowing, just orangey, yellowy.
Really?
So gorgeous on my commute this morning, so a nice way to start the day.
I thought it was a full moon, but John said, nope, not till this weekend.
Yep, not quite yet.
Right.
I could tell that.
There's our social media pages. Make sure you reach out to us. Make sure you like our pages. Mine's at Ray Collins, ABC 7, John Scalzi, ABC 7. We put fresh content on every day, behind-the-scenes peeks, so take a look when you've got a chance.
All right, welcome back. It is 6:25, and we are learning more about the police officer who is being called a hero after shooting and stopping the New York City terror suspect.
ABC's Candace Gibson has his story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, we're hearing from the loved ones of the 8 lost in Tuesday's horrific terror attack. In Argentina, the country is mourning the loss of 5 of its citizens, holding a vigil honoring the group of lifelong friends taken by extremist violence on a trip meant to celebrate their 30-year high school reunion. Newly released video shows the men biking along the very same path just minutes before they were mowed down in that deadly attack. This picture was taken just before the group boarded the plane bound for New York, meeting with their classmate and friend Martin Morrow, who now lives in Boston. Morrow suffered multiple broken bones but is expected to survive.
He actually doesn't understand all that happened yet, and it hasn't been explained to him.
And we'll have full live coverage on this unfolding terror investigation, along with the hero police officer who stopped the rampage. That's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
Emerge restored, fortified, replenished. Emerge every day with Emergen-C, packed with B vitamins, antioxidants, electrolytes, plus more vitamin C than 10 oranges. Why not feel this good every day? Emerge-and-C.
Oats contain a soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber really doesn't like cholesterol, so it shows it a thing or two, which makes Quaker Oats a delicious part of a heart-healthy diet. High five, fiber.
How do they make Starburst taste so juicy?
They use wicked small fighter jets to shoot the juiciness into every Starburst.
It's about to get juicy. Woo! I feel so alive.
Takes guts.
Starburst, unexplainably juicy.
For my constipation, my doctor recommended I switch laxatives. Stimulant laxatives make your body go by forcefully stimulating the nerves in your colon. Miralax is different. It works with the water in your body to hydrate and soften, unblocking your system naturally. Miralax.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Do you need a good laugh? Starting November 1st at the Player Center, everything that can go wrong does go wrong in the smash hit comedy Moon Over Buffalo. This wild Broadway series production shows what happens both on stage and off. Contact the Players at 365-2494 or at theplayers.org. The show must go on with Moon Over Buffalo.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, 2 members of Team Trump are expected to be in court today. We'll tell you what charges they're facing.
Plus, 2 months after Hurricane Irma, problems continue for an Ellington neighborhood. We'll tell you why residents say FEMA's response is not what they were expecting.
And Bradenton's Renaissance on 9th is hosting the Empty Bowls Luncheon to benefit the Food Bank of Manatee. We'll tell you how you can be part of this great event to bring food to those in need. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. It is 6:31 on a Thursday morning. Is that right? Thursday. You have to always stop and think. I'm Stephanie Roberts.
I missed yesterday entirely. My shades were drawn, sick as a dog for the day. I missed Wednesday, so I guess it's Thursday.
I'm sure hoping it's Thursday.
To me, it still feels like Wednesday because I missed Wednesday entirely. Let's get the forecast. John Scalzi will straighten things out for us. Hey, John.
Hey, I prefer Little Friday.
I agree.
Yes, I
think forward.
There you go. We have some pretty weather for you today. A lot of sunshine out there. A little in the way of any kind of a rain chance for the next probably 4 or 5 days. And slightly higher humidity means a little bit warmer morning temperatures, and that's what we're experiencing currently. Not much in the way of cloud cover across the entire peninsula, a little bit over on the other coast, but have a small chance of some of that working its way closer to us. Check out the 24-hour temperature change. Sarasota 3 degrees, Bradenton 3 degrees, getting warmer. I think a lot of people like that. Compared to 24 hours ago, we are up 3 degrees in Sarasota at 60, Bradenton at 58, Inglewood at 64, and we are on our way to a daytime high that tops out in the low 80s. Gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon shaping up. We'll talk all about it coming up in a few.
Yeah, what a nice stretch right now. Thank you, John. Let's check First Alert traffic. See some buildup there on State Road 70 east of the interstate out by Lakewood Ranch at Lorraine. Be aware of that. Also 301 southbound around 70. Looking at Sarasota County, look at that. You'll see some action off the North Bridge from Siesta Key. Be aware of that. Also South County, some buildup on 41 as you head south. And now a little thing there, 41 northbound as you get near the 681 bypass. Otherwise, no major problems at 632 on your Thursday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, 2 members of Team Trump are expected to be in court this afternoon.
Paul Manafort and Rick Gates facing a wide range of charges. Reporter John Lawrence has this preview.
When was the last time you spoke to the president?
Numerous passports, a phone with a fake name, and lots of cash. It sounds like something from a spy movie, but rather it's part of Paul Manafort's life.
Manafort had a reputation, and his firm was known for some shady business.
Manafort, the former Trump campaign chairman, and his colleague Rick Gates will appear in court Thursday. They are accused of laundering tens of millions of dollars and indicted for not registering while they lobbied for a foreign government.
While he was campaign chair, Manafort was reaching out to Oleg Deripaska, an oligarch close to Putin, and offering information about the Trump campaign in the hope of collecting more money like that which he had been laundering.
Both Manafort and Gates have entered a plea of not guilty. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian government says it's willing to help with the Manafort investigation. In an exclusive interview with CBC News, Prime Minister Volodymyr Groysman tried to distance his administration from the corruption allegations against Manafort.
We haven't received any requests for information in this regard, but if we receive a request, we will of course provide all the information that we have.
Manafort and Gates could face sentences of more than 10 years if they're convicted on all charges. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Meantime, lawmakers investigating Russia's alleged election meddling released a sample of Facebook ads created by a so-called Russian troll farm. There's a new phrase for you. Facebook says it found more than 3,000 ads linked to the Internet Research Agency, which has ties to the Russian government. The ads were designed to divide our country on issues like race, gun ownership, and law enforcement. Facebook says more than 11 million people saw the ads between 2015 and 2017.
And the head of Facebook says the company will invest more heavily in security. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said profits will take a hit because of the move. Facebook's general counsel testified before U.S. senators that Facebook had more than 10,000 people working on safety and security. The company plans to double that by the end of 2018. Zuckerberg said Wednesday that protecting the security of the social network, quote, goes beyond elections. Just a reminder, if you want to stay up to date on the latest breaking and local news, you get alerts on your phone instantly. If you're an iPhone or iPad user, download our updated news app. Go to the App Store and search for WWSB or My Suncoast, and Android users will get the new version automatically. At 6:35, a follow-up now on a headache for many people who live in one Manatee County retirement development.
Nearly 2 months after Hurricane Irma, many are now fighting issues of mold. Our Rick Adams was there when FEMA arrived last night.
Well, a lot of the people who live here are on a fixed income, and with these issues with FEMA, they tell us it's making life much more difficult. More than a month and a half after Hurricane Irma damaged many homes in the Colony Cove development in Ellenton, residents are still looking to get help from FEMA. Debbie Tucker, a resident whose roof was severely damaged, is spearheading an effort to get answers from FEMA. She says only a few homeowners got help from FEMA, while countless other claims have been denied.
FEMA has denied me because our house is habitable, which, yeah, I can live in it, but every time it rains in my living room, and I'm very concerned about mold.
Some other folks who are very concerned are Noreen Policio and her husband. Their roof was also severely damaged by the storm. They say more damage was done to their home by the crews who put on the blue tarp to cover the damaged roof.
Extremely stressful. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm just in remission. It's playing havoc with my system. My husband has COPD, is on oxygen, and now that I'm getting mold growing in the house, he can't even be in some of the rooms.
A FEMA representative visited the neighborhood Wednesday night, speaking with some of the residents, hearing their concerns. FEMA tells us there are different reasons why some claims are denied, mainly if a home is considered to be habitable or if the homeowner has insurance. They say there's still hope for the homeowners who have had their claims denied.
If you get a letter that says you're not eligible, there may be an avenue for you to update your application and to go through the process of appeal and perhaps getting that changed.
Colony Cove has more than 2,500 homes, a big percentage of which had minor to major damage. The development recently held a hurricane relief benefit, which raised more than $20,000. People who live here are urging FEMA to step up to the plate to help.
The amount of money that we are able to give is a drop in the bucket compared to some of their damages. I had a fellow tell me yesterday that his estimate for repair was $15,000. He told me he paid less than that for his home.
FEMA has extended their application deadline for Hurricane Irma survivors. The new deadline is now November 24th. And folks here are hopeful they get the answers they're looking for very soon. If you do have any questions or concerns relating to FEMA, you can log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting from Ellenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Oh, they're making moves for a major expansion around the South Florida Museum. In order to get funding for a project, the city of Bradenton will sell the property to the museum. The city is ending a 99-year lease and transferring the deed for the land to the South Florida Museum for just $10.
I think if you look at contracts for other nonprofits across the country, it's probably something like $1 a year.
Now, if the museum ever decides to sell down the road, there is a reverter clause that transfers the property back to the city.
Meanwhile, those who want to voice their concerns about the area's road improvement process will get an opportunity to do so today. The Metropolitan Planning Organization will be hosting a public workshop at the Robert L. Taylor Center. The public will be able to give input and help prioritize road construction projects currently being considered for the area.
And it's to talk about what can be done with transportation project prioritization to ensure that projects support health within the community, to ensure sidewalks get addressed where they're needed, and that all members of our community have a chance to benefit from transportation investments.
The workshop is co-sponsored by Transportation for America, and those wanting to attend can RSVP by visiting the Metropolitan Planning Organization's website. There's also a link at mysuncoast.com.
A follow-up now in northwest Bradenton on some important trees on the grounds of DeSoto National Memorial. 2 gumbo limbo trees were damaged by Hurricane Irma back in September. One of those trees is the largest of its kind in the country. But the trees not only damaged by the storm, they're also suffering from old age and a fungus as well. Because of those factors, officials have decided to remove the 2 trees early next week. The area around the trees has been roped off since the trees could fall at any time.
The Bradenton Police Department is hosting a community squad meeting today. This is a chance for residents to connect one-on-one with officers and also to discuss issues in their neighborhood. The department will also unveil their armored surveillance vehicle at the event. If you want to be part of the great initiative, you'll want to head over to the 1200 block of 15th Street West this morning until 10 a.m. or it's also happening again tonight from 4 to 8 p.m. Starting today, the Empty Bowls organization will hold luncheons to help support the Food Bank of Manatee. The event will take place at the Renaissance Hotel on 9th in Bradenton from 11 to 1. And there is a second event tomorrow at Main Street and Lakewood Ranch, also from 11 to 1. Patrons will be able to take home a hand-painted ceramic bowl as part of the entry fee. It then gets filled with soup while you're there. Empty Bowls is an organization working to fight hunger across the United States. And I love the concept that every time you see the bowl, you will remember that there are people who are hungry in what appears to be our very affluent area, yet there is a real hunger problem here.
Serious hunger problem, particularly amongst kids, I guess, going to school, especially during a time when school is not in session, during
right,
breaks.
They count on
a
those
lot of
school
breaks
meals.
coming up.
Yep.
Yeah. We have across the region some changing weather, I think, for some folks for the better. We'll talk about that in a sec.
All right, also another look at First Alert traffic. And Beyonce is set to star in an upcoming live-action remake of a Disney classic.
We'll tell you what role she'll bring to life when we come back.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Christmas Traditions by Luxart Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Luxart Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
We have a 60-degree air temperature. We have plenty of clear sky out there, leading to a very sunny start to your day. And we have a dew point value coming in a little bit warmer than over the last several days at 57. So if you are still heating your home, Why, then that little extra bit of moisture in the air, I think, will make it feel more comfortable for you. If you're not still heating your home, you'll find that the nighttime lows will be a little bit higher over the next several days and may not require the heat. So east wind coming in at about 3, and across the region, temperatures generally holding pretty close to the 60-degree mark. 60 Wauchula, 58 in Myakka, 59 in Arcadia, 60 in Northport. A little bit warmer right along the immediate coastline, of course, with 64 degrees in Inglewood, 63 in Venice, and 66 at Longboat Key. Bradenton still coming in at 59 degrees. Across the state of Florida, big ridge of high pressure is the dominant weather feature for us. That big ridge of high pressure, that sinking dome of air, accompanied by some drier air aloft that you don't see on our surface map, is bringing us those rain-free skies. Now, over on the other coast, you may pick up a shower or two as the winds are generally going to be out of the east around that high. Elsewhere across the country, traveling today, well, if you're traveling to the northeastern corridor, there could be some rain showers that cause some airport delays anywhere from the tri-state region, Jersey and New York and Connecticut on the way up to down east Maine. Could see some low-hanging clouds as well as some kind of breezy winds with some of these storms that are brewing. And then down to the south through the northern Gulf Coast, showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two there as well. Back to the Pacific Northwest, snow showers. Good snow showers there. In fact, accumulations of 1 to 2 feet of snow at high mountain elevations. But as I mentioned, for us, high pressure brings that long fetch of air off Atlantic waters and slings back a little bit moisture in our direction. Not sufficient moisture to bring us any kind of rain shower chance, but still enough to maybe bring in some spotty fog over the course of the next few mornings. East wind comes in at about 10, switching to the north tonight, 2-foot seas and a light chop. And the forecast for the rest of the week looks pretty good, actually, into the weekend. We'll look for daytime highs that top out in the low 80s, about where we should be. And don't forget, clock's back on Sunday. Back to you.
All right, looks good. Thank you very much, John. Looking at the morning commute, it looks good at this hour, too. Good time to get going. A little bit of volume there at State Road 64 in the construction zone at I-75. But I-75 itself through Manatee County not showing any big slowdowns. Things look good on 301 and 41 as well. Bit of some volume just south of downtown Sarasota on 41, and Venice showing a little bit of a slowdown near Jacaranda, and again also heading north on I-75. In this hour's Health Smart, could your blood hold clues about your risk of dementia later in life? ABC's Janai Norman takes a look at new research that suggests a possible link.
Scientists have searched far and wide for the cause of dementia. In particular, why do some brains seem to age faster than others? Now, a study from a national consortium of researchers checked into the blood of people in their middle age, decades before the onset of dementia, to see if it could suggest the future development of cognitive decline. Scientists looking for inflammatory markers, chemicals in the blood that are released under stress and in response to smoking and unhealthy diets. Patients in their 40s and 50s who had more of these markers, more inflammation, were much more likely to have memory problems when checked 24 years later, and brain scans seemed to show that their brains had shrunken more, also consistent with dementia. The study doesn't try to explain why those with more inflammation were more likely to develop dementia, it just points out the link. But it does lend hope, however, that one day a blood test could estimate the risk before the onset of dementia. With this Medical Minute, I'm Janai Norman, ABC News.
Entertainment news now. Dustin Hoffman accused of sexually harassing an intern more than 30 years ago in Hollywood. Writer Anna Graham Hunter said Hoffman harassed her back in 1985 when she was 17 years old. Hunter says she was a production assistant on the set of Death of a Salesman when Hoffman touched her inappropriately and spoke openly about sex. The Hollywood Reporter also released a statement from Hoffman, who said in part, quote, "I am sorry, it is not reflective of who I am." And according to People magazine, Kevin Spacey is now seeking treatment amid sexual misconduct accusations. On Sunday, BuzzFeed reported allegations from Anthony Rapp that Spacey made a sexual advance at him back in the 1980s when Rapp was 14 years old. Spacey has since apologized and said he doesn't recall the incident, may have been drunk, and then he came out as gay. Well, his response to the accusation caused widespread criticism. On a lighter note now, big movie news. Beyonce will join the cast of Disney's live-action The Lion King. Beyonce will be the voice of Nala, Simba's childhood friend and later love interest. The voice cast also includes the star power of Donald Glover as Simba and James Earl Jones as Mufasa. Ooh. The film is set to open in July of 2019.
One you can't get enough of.
That's right. Apparently not. 10 to 7 right now. Still ahead. We'll update the day's top local news headlines. And not one ring, but two.
We'll tell you how one Houston Astros player seized the moment with an unforgettable proposal. You will want to see this.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork for free, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Don't let chronic lower back pain slow you down. Get moving and stay active with a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost. We also accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, and other insurance. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare? Find out for free.
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-715-0835. That's 1-800-715-0835, 1-800-715-0835.
Attention blood thinner users. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If your loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC 7 News app.
Welcome back at 6:54. Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
A Riverview High School student is facing felony charges after allegedly making a threat on Snapchat. Detectives say the student posted a photo of an apparent gun with text reportedly saying the school was going to be lit up.
Plus, some Manatee County residents say FEMA is being too slow in responding to hurricane damage. A third of the homes in Colony Cove are still dealing with damage from Irma that occurred nearly 2 months ago.
And the Empty Bowls organization will hold luncheons to help out the Food Bank of Manatee County. The first one's today at the Renaissance Hotel on 9th and Braden. The second is tomorrow on Main Street in Lakewood Ranch.
Checking out traffic, no problems getting in and out of Lakewood Ranch in Manatee County at this hour. Quiet on 64 and State Road 70, I-75 north and south through Manatee County, moving well. Just a bit of a backup 301 southbound. We've got some slow traffic 41 heading south of downtown and toward Bee Ridge, but I-75 in Sarasota County also looks good. In fact, it's clear all the way through Venice and down into Northport. John?
Gonna have to get creative on finding ways to say gorgeous weather over the next 7 days, because that's what we've got. Daytime highs top out in the low 80s. And don't forget, as we head into the weekend, it's clocks back when you go to bed. I know, isn't that awesome?
Best day of the
year. It'll be dark when we go to bed. Amazing. Otherwise, no rain in the forecast really to speak of.
Daniela Rodriguez, you make me the happiest man in the world. Will you marry me? Will you marry me?
Finally, as if it wasn't already the best night of his life, Houston Astros shortstop Carlos Carrera made another amazing play after the team won the World Series last night. He was in the middle of the post-game interview, and as you saw, he got down on one knee and asked his girlfriend to marry him. She is former Miss Texas USA, Daniela Rodriguez. She seems quite pleased. He is a good shortstop. Carrera later said he was planning the proposal for months, waiting until the World Series was over. It's a good thing they won the World Series.
Well, I'm just thinking, would she not have gotten the ring if they'd have lost? I mean, I'm sure she would have gotten it eventually, but, you know, you can't lose the game. And
he said he had no plan B. So if they had lost, would he have done that in the parking lot afterwards?
I have to come up with a plan B, I think.
Obviously confident he was going to win no matter what.
It's a pretty high bar there, though, for guys about to pop the question.
You Miss Texas?
Yeah.
That's it.
Good Morning America's up next. Have a good day.